everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Camilla.
And today we're taking a look at a new game called Ink. So this is from a new company called Final Score, which is sort of the remains of a company that was out a few years ago called Plan B.
Oh.
It's the same people.
I didn't put that together.
Kind of putting together a new game here. Plan B, their titles were 4 letters. Maybe the new one, they've gone down to 3, which is very limiting.
Yes.
You know, Zool, there's nothing like those games, though, other than how it looks.
Yes, yeah.
But it is an abstract game. Ink is an unforgiving medium, they say. You can smear ink and stuff. That's what I've heard. I've smeared ink my whole life. I've never used ink, though. Have you?
No, it scares me because I can't even use it.
You're a painter.
Okay. I have on miniatures. I'm sorry. I thought you meant to write a letter.
I'm saying if you do the paint, the ink, I feel, would be the same thing.
Oh, maybe I could. No, because I think you're holding it here. If you're writing, you're like smudging through it.
And I guess if you mess up paint, you can always paint over it.
That's right. Yeah. Dip it in green stuff.
Anyway, that was more theme in that conversation than is in this entire game. So keep that in mind. Here's how to play it. Each player is going to get a random starting tile and a random card that shows 2 of the different colors in the game. And then you're going to put 12 of your ink bottles on that card and 12 off of the card. And they are these really beautiful little translucent bottles. You're also going to put 1 on this rondelle over here. And what's going to happen on your turn is you can move as far as you want and take this tile and add this tile to your display. Now, when adding tiles to displays, you don't have to attach colors to each other, but you probably want to. And you can even do things like this and offset numbers as you're playing them. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to build a group of a color. So let's say, for example, I build this here. You'll notice there's a target number here, 6. That means this tan area here needs to be 6 or higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bingo. So when that happens, I'm going to finish this 6. So I'm going to take it. Now, if the tan was on this card, which it's not, I would take it off this card, which means I need to do more purples and dark blues. So I'm going to take one of these wild ones, and I put it upside down on the 6. The reason I put the bottle upside down is because that bottle can never be moved. I then also put a bottle in every white dot here. Now, this leaves a single tan here and a single tan here. So the bottles there are in those groups. There are ways to move these bottles sometimes, but I'm trying to make a group of 6 here, a group of 3 here, a group of 6 here, a group of 6 here. And you're going to continually add things. Here, if I had 2 6s, I could only do 1 if I finished the group. But you might be able to do it if I did this one first and then cleared up some spot. I might be able to do this one later. In fact, you can even do more than 1 on the same turn. The goal of the game is to get rid of all these bottles, to put all these bottles onto the board here. There are black bottles included in case when you finish it, if you need to put out more bottles than you have, you would take black bottles and whoever has the most of these wins. But other than that, it's the first person to get rid of these. Now you might be wondering, hey, why not just run around the rondelle? Who cares? Why is it even there if you can just take any tile? Because every time you pass this spot here, you have to pause and you're going to pull a tile from the X bag. When you pull a tile from the X bag, that's going to show you a color. That color this tile must be placed on your board in such a way that it covers up the color it's shown. So here's purple and 1 tile next to it. So I might do this now. So that's going to cause me some problems. When you run out of these single tiles, there are double tiles that will be thrown in the bag and you have to cover up 2 of those if possible. If you can't, then you can place these tiles anyway, but they're going to hinder you a little bit. Also, at the beginning of the game, you're going to take some tiles and shuffle them and put 2 blue tiles and 2 red tiles on the bonus board here. You'll put them in order. You'll notice there's a little number here, so this is 1, 5, 9, 11. And whenever you finish a grouping of this number, you get a bonus. So this one here, draw a tile from the ink bag and play it immediately. Place 1 bottle onto a white spot from a tile around the wheel. Here you can remove an ink bottle. Removing an ink bottle might let you do some stuff again. I might remove this one if this had been still open. Now there's a group of 3, and so I might be able to eventually get another group done with that. The bottle that I remove is out of the game. I don't get it again. There are also tiles that let you move ink bottles. When you move ink bottles, I might be able to move one to a spot like that I might not ever use, or you can even move them off your card so that they become wild and are not stuck with just these two colors here. And there's all sorts of other tiles. This one lets you put a white spot on a free square that you can use. Some let you change the numbers. Some let you put out single tiles of different colors on the board. And these will change from game to game. The components for this game are like amazing. Those little bottles are just tremendous.
Oh, they're so fun. The way they stack and they can go upside down. I will say...
They don't even need to stack.
They don't need to.
You can.
But you can. I really like that. It's a nice fiddle. And I think the back of the box does the components a disservice. Like, I'm glad I didn't see the back of the box before I played the game. Because I walked by and saw you guys set it up. Like, oh, that looks really, really good.
Yeah, you're right.
think the back of the box
the cover's
is like,
nice, though.
The cover. Just don't turn it over.
I also like some of the... I like how they did it with the squares that connect diagonally.
Yes.
It just looks really good. And when you're done, it's kind of a cool look on the table. Mm-hmm. But it is abstract.
It is absolutely abstract.
And one thing that you need to know going in is the player interaction is almost zero. Basically, player interaction is you took a tile, I want it. There's no, and then there's one action tile which I will never play with. That it's like the number 12 tile. If you do a group of 7 and that tile's in the game, everyone else has to draw an X tile. No.
Right. No, it's
already a bit of a pain as it is, those X tiles. I don't need more of them. But other than that, there's no interaction except for the tile, which means in a 4-player game, you might as well stare at the ceiling when it's not your turn, because that tile you really want, someone's going to take it.
Right. But so I think that's kind of a little against what you just said, where you're like, there's no player interaction. In a higher player game, if you do get your hopes set on, or if you're trying to plan your turn, then there's going to feel like a lot of interaction.
Well,
because
you're like, yeah. It's not so much interaction, you just did what I want, but there's no... I'm doing this to stop you. I don't know that will ever happen.
Yeah, I don't think you're not gonna hate draft in this. You're gonna be aware of what people are doing, and I'm very aware of what colors you're going for, which colors are your primary colors, I guess, that you're going for to get that main card clear. I'm very aware of your board and your state of completion.
And it's not a point gathering game, it is a race game.
Yes.
To be the first one to finish and utilizing those powers. Those powers, to me, make or break the game. Mm-hmm. Some are more interesting than others. Ones that let you move the bottles, I love them.
That's fun.
Ones that let you pull another tile from the bag. There's some fun powers. Some of them are okay. Putting out a white dot is a neat thing in theory, or changing a number sounds cooler in theory than it is. Mm-hmm. But some are better than others, and I that's there. But I'm kind of just... For me, this is a Zen game. It's almost cozy-esque.
Oh, you're dropping the C word,
no,
Tom.
I hate that so much. But what I mean is, there is that race, and you're trying to beat people. But I can't be too stressed. I'm just going to see what's available my turn, take the best tile, put it in the best spot, maybe pull off a combo, and then it's your turn, and then we go on. And so for me, other than there's more tiles being pulled, there's no difference in a 2-player to 4-player game. Yeah,
and I definitely think that this is a game that you can have a conversation while you're playing.
Yes.
You might have those moments where you're like, oh, hold on real quick. Okay, I'm sorry, what were you saying again? But the conversation keeps going.
And the X tiles are not that bad. So if you really want a tile, you just I'm taking that tile. Right. Yes, and then you're hoping you don't pull the color of that group you're making, but you also might have a single one of that color somewhere else. So if you do pull that color, you stick it there. I've had them mess me up a little, but I've never been like, oh, no's.
Right. Well, I do think that's a strategy you can go into, though, is making sure you always have like a one-off of a color. Be like, that's where my X tiles will go.
Yeah.
But until you start drawing those double tiles, that second part of the game where you start getting has to be 2 reds, and that's when it really starts hurting. And I like that is included, though, because I think it definitely escalates the end game tension, because by the time those double X tiles are coming out, you're probably getting close to wrapping up the game, and it can really hurt and swing the game a turn or two.
And one last thing from me that you should also take note is it's possible in this game, and I've definitely played a game of this where it's happened, where you go, oh, I cannot win. It's not a huge deal, but on the last few turns, you'd be like, well, this is not happening. I'm not going to, this person's down to 2. I still have 7. I don't have a big thing set up to get off. I would need a few turns to set that up. It's just not going to happen. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of
Yes.
like I'm in the race and I'm like, yeah, one of those two people are going to win.
Right, and this isn't a game that you're like, oh, well, I got second, that's okay. Ooh, let me try to beat my score. It's like, let me try to come in second because I was third last time. Like there's no like reason to keep going, it feels like. And so it can be deterministic and kind of a turn away of the game, for sure.
So at the end, for me, this is a very fine game. I'm not trying to damn this with faint praise. I like it. It's a 7 for me. Mm-hmm. I do wonder if we'll even remember this game exists in a few years. Mm-hmm. The components are very striking, so that's neat. Mm-hmm. It's cool and chill, and I think a lot of families are going to really enjoy it, and that's where I'm putting it in. I'm saying it's 7 because I think it's that game you could teach this to all kinds of people.
Absolutely.
You could even teach it without those powers and just drawing the tiles, and that would be super easy for people to play. And I like that, and the components bring it up a notch for me. So that's why it's a 7.
I'm at a 7.5 on this, a 7.5. This is right where I want an abstract to be. If you are going to have an abstract game with absolutely no theme, make it pretty. Make it simple and, to use Tom's word, cozy. I think that you need to have some sense of enjoyment in it because I'm not drawn to abstract games. I love your idea that you were just saying of like you can play without the powers. That instantly makes it a family game.
Right.
And just really opens up who can play. But if you are playing with gamers, you can throw those powers in as well. So this is one that I do think that I will remember in a year and a half from now or 2 years from now because it does fit that niche of that weeknight game that's just comfortable that I can still just unwind from the day and have a conversation and not put a whole lot into, but still feel like I did something worthwhile. And so for an abstract, this is right where I wanted. It's going to be a 7.5, and I look forward to keeping exploring it.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Ink. I'm Tom.
And I'm Camilla.
We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.